The Krillian hegemony had conquered 47 star systems without losing a single soldier. Their strategy was elegant in its brutality. Deploy autonomous war machines, let them devastate the target civilization, then arrive to claim the ruins. The machines were unstoppable, self-repairing, learning algorithms powered by miniature fusion cores that would outlast any siege. They had broken the silicon-based Gentari in 3 months. The crystalline Orvathi lasted only 6 weeks. Earth would fall in days, the hegemony predicted. Perhaps hours. Commander Arya Chen stood in the ruins of São Paulo, watching a Krillian Reaper drag itself through the rubble. Its right manipulator arm hung limp, sparking. Its optical sensors flickered erratically. Scorch marks covered its armored chassis, and someone had spray-painted Maria's revenge across its torso in bright pink. "Status?" she asked into her comm. "Reaper 447 neutralized," came the reply from Lieutenant Okonkwo. "We've tagged it for processing. Engineering team says they can have it running our code by tomorrow." Arya smiled grimly. Tomorrow. The Krillia thought they'd sent an extinction event. Instead, they'd sent Earth the greatest gift in human history: free technology. The invasion had started 3 months ago. 70,000 war machines dropped from orbit, spreading across every continent. They were programmed for maximum efficiency. Target military installations first, then infrastructure, then population centers. The hegemony's xenopsychologists had predicted panic, chaos, societal collapse. They hadn't accounted for one critical factor. Humans were very, very good at breaking things that weren't supposed to break. The first Reaper fell in Detroit. An auto worker named Marcus Webb had been pinned in a collapsed factory when the machine stalked past. Dying, bleeding out, Marcus had noticed something the Krillian engineers never anticipated. Humans and Reapers were almost the same size. The machine bent down to confirm his termination, and Marcus grabbed a pneumatic torque wrench with his last strength and jammed it into the Reaper's cooling port. The machine seized up. Marcus died. But 100 workers saw what happened. Within 24 hours, humans across Earth understood. These perfect killing machines had vulnerabilities. They could be touched, tripped, confused, overheated, short-circuited. Better yet, they could be hacked. The Krillian code was sophisticated, light years beyond Earth's primitive computing. But it was still code, and humans had been hacking, jailbreaking, and modding technology since the first caveman figured out that a rock worked better when you tied it to a stick. Arya remembered the turning point. Week 2 of the invasion. A teenage hacker in Mumbai named Priya Sharma had live-streamed herself reprogramming a damaged Reaper in her apartment building's basement. She'd used nothing but a laptop, some jumper cables, and what she called the most insane firmware exploit I've ever seen. "These things are built to learn," Priya had explained to her 12 million viewers, "but the Krillians never imagined they'd learn from us. Watch this." She'd uploaded a simple command: "Protect humans." The Reaper had stood, turned, and walked out into the street. When another Reaper approached, the reprogrammed machine stepped between it and a group of fleeing civilians. The two machines fought. Priya's Reaper won. The video went viral. Within hours, 1,000 hacktivist groups were sharing exploits, vulnerabilities, backdoors. The Krillians had built their machines to network and share data, perfect for coordinating an invasion. Perfect, too, for spreading human-written code like a virus. By the end of week 3, 20% of the Reaper force was fighting for humanity. But humans didn't stop at hacking. They started salvaging. Arya walked through what had been a Reaper processing center in New Delhi. Now it was a bustling workshop where engineers from 6 countries stripped down captured machines. Fusion cores were repurposed to power hospitals. Weapon systems became mining equipment. Armor plating reinforced bunkers. The learning algorithms that made Reapers such efficient killers were retrained to optimize food production, medical diagnosis, and climate modeling. "Commander," a voice called. Dr. Yuki Tanaka approached, wiping grease from her hands. "You need to see this." She led Arya to a hangar where a fully intact Reaper stood dormant. But this one was different. Its chassis had been modified, painted blue and white with a red cross symbol. "We call it the Mercy," Dr. Tanaka explained. "Completely reprogrammed. It's faster than any ambulance, can perform complex surgeries in the field, and carries enough medical supplies to treat hundreds. We have 50 more being converted." Arya stared at the machine. 3 months ago, this would have been humanity's executioner. Now it would save lives. The Krillians are going to lose their minds when they arrive, Arya said. They arrive in 8 hours, Dr. Tanaka replied. Latest intel from the hacked Reaper network. Arya nodded. The hegemony was coming to claim their prize, expecting to find a broken world waiting to be enslaved. Instead, they would find Earth stronger than before the invasion began. Humans had taken the Krillian weapons and transformed them. Reapers now farmed crops, built shelters, defended civilians, explored the deep ocean, and cleaned up radiation zones. The machines that were supposed to end humanity had instead accelerated its progress by decades. More importantly, every machine had taught humanity something new. Earth's engineers now understood fusion power, quantum computing, materials science, and propulsion systems that would have taken centuries to develop. The invasion hadn't destroyed Earth's future. It had handed humanity the keys to the stars. What's the plan when they arrive? Dr. Tanaka asked. Arya smiled. We offer them a choice. Leave peacefully or learn the same lesson their machines did. Which is that humanity doesn't break. We adapt, we rebuild. We turn your weapons into our tools. And if you push us, Arya gestured to the hangar where hundreds of reprogrammed Reapers stood ready. We push back. 8 hours later, the Krillian fleet entered Earth's orbit. They scanned the planet expecting ruins and silence. Instead, their sensors detected 70,000 Reapers, every single one operational, moving with purpose, building rather than destroying. They detected fusion signatures everywhere, power grids running at impossible efficiency, orbital platforms under construction using Krillian materials, and they detected 1 billion humans still alive, still fighting, still thriving. The hegemony had sent machines to break humanity. Humanity had turned them into a revolution. Commander Arya Chen's voice broadcast across every frequency. This is Earth, we've received your gift. Would you like it back? The Krillian fleet retreated. They would add a new entry to their records. Species 3741, designation human. Status unconquerable. Not because humans couldn't be broken, but because even when you tried to break them, they'd find a way to fix themselves with the pieces.